Hello, my nostrils. Welcome back to the Nashville Nose. It is I, me, hey, Dr. Magnificent, your host. Hey, and it's battle time yet again. Today we're going to compare two popular releases from a fancy brand. Hailing from Switzerland, we're talking Chopard. Famous for making absolutely exquisite, wonderful, magnificent Swiss watches. I thought about getting one for myself, but they're a bit out of my price range. I don't really bother wearing watches in general. Oh, I forgot my rings. Hang on. A classy brand deserves some classy jewelry in the video. I'll be honest though, I don't normally wear watches because I'm afraid I'm gonna break it. We don't really need watches. We have a clock in our pockets. It's on our phones. But there is something to be said about the classiness of wearing a fancy watch. Although their watches are on the pricey end, their fragrances are actually pretty affordable. Therefore, I had no problem blind buying Oud Malaki and Oud Malaki. Not malarkey, Malaki. There's no malarkey on this channel. What do you say we get down to it? Oh, this plastic's already, oh. Well, that was easy. This one needs the knife. There you go. Take a look at the boxes. They both come in a shiny, yet more matte finish, reflective, shiny plastic box, and it's pretty standard. It's a nice looking finish, but the boxes are pretty basic. This one got a little smushed on the bottom. On the back, Chopard is stating that they love nature. The Oud Malaki box is kind of a brownish ambery color, which is quite fitting. It's got a gold top flap, and the Oud Malaki box is more gold with a bronzy brownish top. Although the bottles look pretty fancy, so what do you say we check them out? Ah, nice. Oh, see, that is a cool bottle. Check out Oud Malaki. Got a ambery juice and glass, which makes a lot of sense. And the caps of the bottles kind of look like watch bands. Yeah, that's a nice touch. That's pretty cool. Also got the Chopard brand name engraved on the top. Check out the Oud Malaki bottle. I'm assuming it's going to look very similar. Whoa! Watch the display. Watch it. Oh, that almost got expensive. Jeez, I got bottles over there. Gotta watch where I'm throwing these exploding boxes. Yeah, just like the box, you have more of a gold color and a gold colored metal and glass and juice. And it actually is the juice that has the color. It's not just the glass. I can see in this little air pocket, the glass is just clear. So the color that you're seeing here is of the actual juice. Yeah, really nice heavy bottles too. They got some weight to them. I like that. And I guess that's all there is to it. Let's diagnose. The doctor is now in. Let's start with Oud Malaki over here. Now Oud Malaki, on the other hand, that's a bit stronger, a little more pungent in the air. Oh my, oh, that didn't take long. Wow. Okay, I feel pretty confident on their performance. So far, they're really strong. Ooh. They do smell kind of familiar, at least off the sillage. I won't know until they kind of settle in a little bit here. Gotta do the flutter. I'm swimming in fragrance.
Just keep swimming, swimming, swimming.
Somebody played the theme from Jaws. Oh no. Oh. Yeah, I entertain myself up here. Okay, that's a pretty good amount of settling. Let's get our nose in these things. Starting with Oud Malaki. Oh, that is nice. Yeah. It's already kind of sweet off the top. Smells kind of vanillic, maybe a little balsamic. There might be a touch of honey in here. Might actually be a twinge of tobacco, maybe. It's very nice. So, wow, that's awesome. For the price, that's pretty solid so far. We'll see how it develops. But yeah, it's very nice and warm and cozy. It smells not too different from a lot of other ambers I've experienced, but that is solid. That is a solid amber so far. All right, let's check out Oud Malaki. Oh, okay, that's different. Yeah. Oh, that is some oud I'm getting. It's true to the name. Okay, off the open, that one's pretty pungent. It's it might be a little bit challenging for the average palate, but I like it. It's not bad. I think this one will take some time to settle in. It's kind of That is a stronger oud than I was expecting. When I see the bottle presentation and considering that it is technically, I guess, a designer brand and it's not all that expensive, I was assuming it would be a little bit more easygoing. Besides wood, I'm smelling something almost, I doubt that there's Palo Santo in here, but something Palo Santo-esque, or cedar-esque, actually. It's kind of giving me a little bit of that cedar wood shavings kind of thing. All right, I'm gonna have to get back to that one. It's a little bit, off-putting right off the open, but I feel like it will smooth out over time. In my experience doing these, that usually is the case anyway. I guess while these are settling in, we might as well take a look at the notes. All right, looks like off the top, we have incense and orange blossom. Okay, that makes sense. It was giving me kind of a spicy, smoky thing in the open. Heart notes are amber, of course. Oh, and papyrus wood. Papyrus kind of gives you a little of that wood shaving smell, but I'm not really getting that in this one in particular. It was funny because that's what I was smelling on the Oud Malaki. So papyrus and amber Malaki, sounds like malarkey to me. Well, I'm gonna beat that joke to death. And then in the base notes, we have vanilla bourbon and cistus, which is something I haven't seen before, but apparently it's a flowering plant in the Mediterranean region, according to Wikipedia. To be honest, the flower itself kind of looks like labdanum, so I don't know if they're related. Maybe it has a similar smell. Not sure. But apparently it has a warm, woody, deep, herbaceous, and kind of lemony scent to it. All right, this one is really nicely blended. I'm really digging amber Malaki so far, but it does seem like it's dissipating rather quickly, so I'm not sure what the longevity is going to be, but that's what this test is for. In fact, most of the reviews say that it's moderate to somewhat long-lasting when it comes to longevity, so we'll see. Oud Malaki, on the other hand, literally on the other hand, can't help but make that joke, is starting to settle down a little bit. It's not quite as pungent in the oud department as of right now. They claim to have grapefruit and lavender in the open. Many claim to detect artemisia. Oh, and then in the heart notes, we have tobacco, spices, and leather. Okay, well, that's exciting. I'm hoping that that comes into play as it starts to dry down on a base of agarwood or oud. And I also see claims of ambergris in the base. Yeah, I mean, I love tobacco, I love spices, I love leather, I love oud, I love ambergris. There ain't a single note in this fragrance that I don't dig, so feeling hopeful in the dry down that this one will turn into something really nice and smooth and elegant. It already seems to be shifting in that direction. Also, extremely powerful when it comes to projection, at least as of now. Man, amber Malaki though, really luscious. Really nothing challenging about this one at all. This one is a people pleaser through and through. And now that it's drying down, it's reminding me less of other ambers that I have in my collection. Does seem to be finding its unique footing as it's developing and settling in. As I'm smelling it, some of the comparisons in my olfactive memory are triggering things like Grand Soir by Maison Francis Kirkjohn, one of the best ambers arguably ever created of all time anywhere in the universe, to put it plainly. But no, this is much more vanillic, sweet, and syrupy, but man, it's sexy. I love it. This one's got some sexiness too. Also kind of reminded me a little bit of Angel Share by Killian. This is obviously much more sweet and gourmandy and also boozy. But then Ombre Sultan by Serge Lutens also comes to mind. But this one is green, herbaceous, and spicy. But I feel like this one is more subdued. I think it will give you a more intimate scent bubble. Therefore, this seems like a good contender for a date. It's just very pleasant, lovely, and inviting. Oud Malaki, though, is bold and powerful and exudes a confident persona. But it is smoothing out. So you know what? Let's let them fully dry down, fully develop, and then we'll see how they evolve. Let's get to it! BRB. All right, we're back. Check your watches, people. That didn't take much time for you at all. But I decided to take my time with these because I really wanted to see how they would perform over several hours if you chose to wear them out somewhere. Amber Malaki, very nice, very beautiful, but very faint at this point. Not the greatest longevity. I think if you wanted this to last longer though, maybe just double up on your sprays and you'd probably be fine. It's not a weak performer. It's not gone in a flash, but I wish it was a little bit stronger than it was, especially if you're comparing to other amber fragrances like I mentioned earlier, Ombre Sultan, Grand Soir, Angel Share. Those really get me noticed when I go out, and I get a lot of compliments on them. Amber Malaki is perfect for an intimate occasion. If you want to be a little more subtle, yet guarantee that you want to smell good, that's the perfect setting for this one. Oud Malaki on, again, this one is a pretty strong performer. I really love how this one has developed. It really smoothed out. The oud is not as pungent and dank as it was in the beginning. I am getting more of the tobacco, which I'm really stoked about. And yeah, the longevity is super solid, and which is, you know, not surprising considering the pungency of the notes. There's a lot of dark woods in the base. I am guessing possibly like a cedar. And when I think of dark cedar, I've said this many times, but it always reminds me of Straight to Heaven by Killian, which is the grandest example of how dark a cedar can really get. In fact, this is kind of reminding me of Straight to Heaven a lot, actually. Only obviously more oud-centric, especially in the open and mid. But as it dries down, it is reminding me more and more of it. So maybe Oud Malaki would be a good, cheaper alternative to Straight to Heaven if you're after that type of scent profile, but you don't really want to drop that Killian money. Yeah, this is solid if that's what you're after, as something really bold and confident. This is one that you wear when you really want to command a room. At the same time though, I wouldn't consider it blind buy safe, even at the decent price that it's at. I should specify though, I'm referring to discounter prices. On the website, I don't think the price is worth it personally, but they're seriously marked down on the discounters like Fragrance Net or Joma Shop. They are really reachable prices on the discounters, especially for what you get. I can't deny the quality or the great performance on this one in particular, but I also can't deny how lovely and delicious and nice the Amber Malaki is. So hard to pick a true winner between these two because they are quite different and they both have specific purposes for completely different scenarios. On performance, Oud Malaki definitely wins. On no-brainer loveliness and pleasantness and compliment factor, then Amber Malaki is the winner in that department, at least in my opinion. If you prefer fragrances that are a little less loud, if you're okay with it being more of an intimate scent, then Amber Malaki could be blind buy safe if you're okay with that. And it's funny, coming into this, I actually kind of assumed in the back of my mind that I would prefer Amber Malaki, but I think I actually prefer Oud Malaki, mostly on performance, but I really like the way it's developed. Now, of course, if I had to choose between that and Straight to Heaven, I'm gonna wear this 9 times out of 10. But if I didn't have that, I would be stoked to have this one in its stead. So yeah, 2 really solid fragrances from Chopard. For me personally though, these are my final thoughts. Considering my personal collection and the vast array of awesome amber fragrances and oud fragrances that I own, I'll be honest with you, I don't feel like these were very necessary for me to add to my collection. I think they're nice, but they didn't really blow my doors off. But that's just me. It could be totally different for you. The average person does not need all of this. This is silly. If I didn't have a YouTube channel, then this would be completely unnecessary. But I'm a content creator. At least that's how I justify it. If you have a small collection and you're looking for a good, affordable amber or a good, affordable, nice and smooth oud, then these would be great for you. I'm gonna hang on to them though and see if they grow on me. They are very nice and they are quite affordable on the discounters. As a rule of thumb though, I don't want to encourage blind buying. Get your nose on these any way you can. They're probably not too hard to find. If you got a Chopard boutique somewhere, or maybe they carry it in your local mall, do some research, get out there, give them a whiff, let me know what you think in the comments, or just ask me anything. I love chatting about fragrance with you. And on your way out, if you haven't yet, be sure to subscribe so you can watch more videos. Get it? Watches? Also, if you want to help us out, give us a like, ring the bell so this channel keeps on ticking, and share us with your pheromone challenged friends and family. Blast us out onto your socials. Help us spread the word about this not fragrance channel. That's right, it's not a fragrance channel. What do we say? It's a community. And most important of all, join me next time. You better be on time, and you better stay smelly. The doctor is out.